All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chuck was shipshape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of 8 in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll dig up a great deal for you.
iPads and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right. We're back. We're live. And we've got Civil War metal detecting trivia tonight. So let's drop over. I mean, we're a couple of minutes late, but nothing terrible. We kind of got sidetracked talking about some things before the show. So, let's see here. Before we get Chuck in, let's do a check on the audio. If the audio sounds decent, sound off. Man, everybody's dropping in. Okay, we've got the green light from the Ohio Relic Hunter, so audio's good. Let's get Chuck in, because I'm telling you, you folks, you might want your thinking caps tonight, because there's some good questions to be done. Everybody's going to learn a little something tonight, too, I do believe. How's it going, Chuck?
Hey, it's good tonight. It's good. All the storms roared through, and it was a pretty decent day. It got pretty muggy this afternoon, but at least we're getting a break in this. The Old Man River out the back door is rising rapidly. A lot of water coming out of the flooded areas of Minnesota and Wisconsin and in northern Iowa. It's roaring. So, but we're supposed to crest around July 4th, 5th in around 20 feet or so, which is 10 foot above normal stage, almost 11. A lot of water rolling down. So, but other than that, it's been good. Hopefully, I might even get out detecting. I've been working with gold and testing it on the MANTICORE and different things, especially 1 gram, sub-gram, and larger nuggets. And I took them and I put them in holders and I buried them. But it's not a fair test to the soils here versus the soils in Alaska or Arizona or relics in Virginia and things like that. But it gave me some insight onto their possible problem that they were trying to ID because carbon shafts have metal in it. And if you take a carbon shaft off, get it away from everything, put a pinpointer on it, and it'll chatter. So, but it is not affecting performance at all for me.
Good.
That I can see.
Well, at least it gives you a general idea of kind of what to expect in Alaska.
Right.
And that's about all we can hope for.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta try the machines out, see how they work, hope that they perform, hope for the best.
Right.
Of course, speaking of which, I guess before we get into the metal detecting trivia, another thing to touch on real quick is seeing a lot of scuttlebutt about the vortex, and it never ceases to amaze me. We've seen it a number of times now over the years where self-proclaimed experts can see a photo of a machine before they can even get it in their hands and automatically claim that it's inferior or it's junk or something like that without even giving it a chance to prove itself in the field. I mean, come on. If they're such a self-proclaimed expert, you would think they would be smart enough to keep their mouth shut about the machine's shortcomings until they see how it does themselves.
You got it in hand, you got it turned on, and you put about 20 hours, 30 hours, maybe even more on it, and you're figuring everything out, and you got it there. And of course, we're going to have the air testers. We're going to have the guys putting them on boxes next to nails. We're going to have them putting a box full of styrofoam over the top of it and saying, oh, it hits it down there through the styrofoam. Go dig a hole, put it in a hole, and try it.
Right. I mean, right now,
get out the spots where you hunt and try it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, there's not even enough of these units out there to even begin to make a good judgment call one way or the other. I mean, other than, past track record, and Garrett has released some good machines.
Right.
So we just got to give it time and see what it'll do in the field.
Correct.
Let it speak for itself.
You got it. And the neat thing about it is we've had enough hashing going on that we're trying to say, hey, till you got it, don't badmouth it. I mean, we're seeing finds being made. We know the color. We know that there's
right.
Yeah. And we know there's some things that have been put in it and its makeup that sound pretty neat, worth the try, And it's fallen. We don't have pricing yet, total pricing yet, but it's going to fall within that mid-range price that Naka,
right,
and Garrett give them the most for the money that they can get you. So
yeah, I mean, it kind of it's easy to leap to the conclusion that we can expect to see this fall in probably right there in that mid-range to compete with other popular mid-range units such as the Legend or the Equinox.
Yep. So there we are. We're doing good. And we're winning. You and I have preached that for years. The more they come up with, the better it gets. Now we got to talk about the people running them. They need to get better with their digging and not leave holes. And you know, I'm not a proponent of shovels in parks and churches and that kind of places. Use your hand trowel. And I've seen some nasty holes. The other day I was at a spot, somebody left some messes. And I went, huh? And I have no idea, but tried to fix a couple of them up. It was kind of a sad little thing going on there. And I did what I could for it. But you know what, guys? Fill the holes, pick up your trash. I mean, you flip it over and there's a bottom of a can, pull the can, throw it in the pouch, move on after you pack the hole back together, nice and neat, and throw the trash away.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, and really, for the heat wave that we had all been having, it's so dry. Well, it was before the rains. It was so dry that I'm surprised anybody was digging.
No, Janet and them were complaining down south of us a ways. They didn't get much rain, but I think they're starting to get her now. I'm not sure. Oh, Shannon says it's still too dry to dig the grass down in her area, which is down.
Right.
So, but the drought that we had been having is gone right now through this area.
Yeah, it's had some interesting effects on the garden. The potatoes and corn are going nuts. Everything's starting to pop up.
Yep, it's doing well. So, but yeah, another night we talked about this. Frank and Steve and I talked about it. Same thing we're talking about now. And
right.
Yeah. The naysayers are already out there, and they haven't even had the machine in their hand yet. Come on. They did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and this isn't the first rodeo where we've seen this happen. We've seen it with other releases too, and they're all wrapped up in, well, it can't be a very good performing machine because it's not whatever brand I swing or something like that, or it can't perform very well. Look at what color it is. It's not about the color. It's about the technology inside the machine that's making it perform for us, so we do win in the field.
Yep. All right, it rained there, and who's in Georgia? I caught a glimpse of that post. They got rain down there. John, I think it was John. Anyway, yeah, it's good. So,
absolutely.
Right. Well, anyway, Josh and I were talking before he went on air. I kept him held back, so I was running things across him for our stuff tonight. We need somebody who wants to win.
People are definitely going to learn a thing or two tonight, or
maybe win something. We'll see. We'll see how you're up on. And this is generic Civil War, and the Civil War. Some of the things that I've read on it. The United States lost 3.5% of the country's population of the time to the Civil War. And there was 33 to 34 million people in the United States. But 3.5%, that is around
a staggering statistic.
Number of people. And if you would equate it today to lose that same percentile, we'd be talking about 8 million people.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of unnecessary bloodshed.
Right. So, but if you call in, I've got some questions for you, and you'll have some fun with them, because many of the questions I'm asking are generic to the history of it. And many of it, and some of them were even not that talked about just not that long ago, and on national news and things like that. So I figured
That's true.
that's true. There's a couple though that are a little tougher.
Little bit obscure, maybe, that they'll, at the very least, they'll walk away with some interesting information, and if they walk away with a prize, they know their stuff.
Yeah. Pamela's saying she shouldn't have skipped classes or that class. So come on. I'm not out there to have fun and learn. You're going to win something, maybe. So,
right. So I guess we'll run down through the rules real quick once again. For those that want to take a shot, obviously you can get a link from myself or Chuck.
Yep.
It may work easier to get it from me. I don't know. But do not message Beyond Sight and Sound. Message me at Josh Kimmel. You'll link into the show. You'll receive 3 questions. You've got 30 seconds for each question. There may be a little bit of leeway there. You get all 3. You get the first one right, you'll move on to the second one. You get the second one right, you'll move on to the third one. You get all 3 right. Congratulations to you. You know your stuff. Everybody else has learned a little something, and you walk away with a prize. It is open to people in the lower 48.
Correct.
And no help from the chat. You won't know what the questions are until you get in here.
I'm going to try and count you down for 30 seconds here. I thought I brought the clock down. So anyway, find somebody that wants to come in. Come on in. We got some stuff. Oh, John Ramoska's in the house. I see that.
Yep. So they can either message me, they can message you, they can put it in the chat that they want to take a shot at it. And if I can get to them, I will try to get them a link. We'll try to keep an eye on the chat anyway and see. I know last Wednesday, somebody even sent me a text message, but normally I have my phone on Do Not Disturb while I'm doing the show.
Right.
So they're going to have to message me through Facebook Messenger or put a comment in the chat about it. And if we catch it, we'll try to get them in and we'll see how it goes. But I guarantee it is definitely some interesting information. We were running through them before the show, and some of them you may have to put your thinking caps on about. Others, regardless of whether or not anybody wins or loses, everyone that's listening is going to find themselves enlightened, I do believe.
There you go. Ian says, first question or point is getting the link. That means I was 3/4. No, Phil. Huh.
Yeah, and for folks that have tried in the past, obviously they can try again. But remember, you still have to get a link from me because we change the link every episode.
Right. So, but no.
If you try to come in on an old link, you're going to be sitting there going, what's going on? All I'm hearing are crickets.
Yeah. The Civil War was a very, very tumultuous event for this country. And if you're down deep south, there's still deep feelings on it. There really is. And,
oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's kind of, I went to I was down, I've told this before. I was down in Baton Rouge, and they had a tour of remaining antebellum houses that still stood. Baton Rouge did not take a lot of damage from the north on the Sherman's March to the Sea and burning and looting and that. And I'm at a hotel, and it was leaving from there, and I signed up for it. And I walked up, and there was a couple gals standing there, and I said, "Is this where the Civil War antebellum house tour is?" Well, one gal swung around. She was probably 75, maybe even 80 at the time. She corrected me down there. Right now, there is no such thing as a Civil War, so that was the war of Northern aggression. And she meant it. The War of Northern Aggression.
Oh yeah, they are. They're some of those areas, they are still very serious about it.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. So it's pretty cool stuff. I see I'm not getting any takers tonight. Is that going to be the case?
It could be. We may have scared them off.
May have scared them off. I don't know. Oh, let's see. How can I bait you?
I mean, that and those feelings, they still run so deep, in fact.
Oh, it's
that if you get down in the right places, they know you're from the North because you'll stick out like a sore thumb.
They do.
And they'll just come right out and ask you, "You're from the North, aren't you?" I'm glad I'm not.
Kaylee has me folding clothes, so make it worth it. Getting out of folding clothes, Ian, ought to be worth it.
Right.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. If that gets him out of that, he's already won.
Yeah. What the hell? Working fine here. Somebody else went dark or something. No, we're still on, John. We're still on.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out what I can throw at him here, Josh. Okay. I'll do a little different for this one.
Uh-oh.
This is easy. But you got to call in. Don't put it in the chat. If you think you know this, and you call in within 1 minute, and I'll have you watch the clock there.
Well, they've got a link in, so it may take them a little bit of time.
They got a link in. I'll make an easy one for you. What year and time, and you can find it quickly. What year and time did the Civil War start? Now, I'm not going by month, but I actually have the date, the time, and everything when it started. So if you've got it, get with Josh and link in.
Right.
And if you answer the two other easy questions with it, you got to get the year. So no, don't put it on the page. Link in with Josh.
Right. Can't be doing anything like that. Otherwise, you may find out
You
that
got to talk with us.
Don't get to do anything.
Yep.
We do have him.
You have to message Josh. He'll send you a link, and you get online with us, and then there'll be a couple other questions.
So I will see.
Yeah.
So I will see if we can get them in. They should be coming through here momentarily. Because they did message me and request a link, so we're just waiting for them to arrive.
Yep.
And this person, they are in the right region of the country, so to speak, to where they should know a little bit about things tonight. So we'll get them in here.
Ian?
Yes, I'm
there we go. How's it going? You're out of folding clothes.
here. Yep. You suckered me in, guys.
I try.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to see if my rough history knowledge is good enough for this first question. But April 12th, 1861.
Yep. April 12th, 1861. According to what I had researched, and I've seen this twice, different things. It started at 4:30 p.m. They started firing upon what fort?
Fort Sumter.
You got it. You got it. Let's shoot to a different one.
All right.
What year did it end?
Oh, jeez. 1865?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Now for the kicker. A little extra point here.
Oh,
Where did it end?
that one I don't know.
We need a Jeopardy theme.
There you go. There you go. We'll have to acquire that.
I mean, I wanted to say Georgia, but it's got to be somewhere south, like Mississippi, Texas, somewhere like mid-south, like mid-area.
Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia.
Okay.
Yep. And it was on June 2nd, 1865.
So even I get to learn stuff now.
Yep. June 2nd, 1865. So,
I guarantee you missing that. Barb is jumping up and down because I missed it.
I'm going to drop you a dime. A silver dime out to you in the mail.
Awesome, guys. I appreciate it.
Send me your address, Ian.
I will.
I'll send you a dime. And
a dime for my time.
Dime for your time, and I got you out of folding unless you finished.
Yeah. I appreciate it, guys.
In the background, I've got laundry.
Right, he learned how to get out of folding clothes.
Yeah, man. Yep.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Okay, bud. All right, Glendon keeps answering things online.
All right. It was worth a shot.
So Glendon, call in. He keeps answering everything.
I'm not sure how to get a link to them. I'm not sure who they are.
Appomattox was stacking an army of Northern Virginia, but not the end of the war. I have an exact date for the end of the war. It took a long time to truly end it. So call in. I got some for you,
Yes,
Glendon. Yeah, I did.
A little longer than what people realize.
Yep, and a lot further west. All you got to do, Pamela, if you want to get in, is send Jeff a message. He'll send you a link. Same way with you, Glendon. You send Josh a message, and he'll send you a link. And you link and you get on.
Which I'm pretty sure that Pamela has won on the show before, so we should have a message history.
Yeah. And we
She
got
should
Glendon.
be able to find me.
How do you call in your LinkedIn?
And for Glendon, I'm not sure, but
if you got a camera and that kind of stuff on your computer.
But it's not that hard to find me. And they don't even have to have the camera necessarily. Ian just did it without a camera.
Yeah.
Or he had it turned off.
Well, yeah, a mic, I should say. You got to have the mic. She called 309. You want to explain how to link them again so that Pamela and Glendon understand it?
I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know anything about 309, but basically, if they message me on Facebook Messenger, Josh Kimmel, you can't miss me. It's the profile picture is the same as what you're seeing on your screen right now, that the audio waves are moving around. And you'll send me a message, request a link. I'll send you a link, and that will bring you directly into the studio where you will be able to answer said questions.
Right.
And if you're camera shy, well, that's fine. There you can do this without the camera. But you do have to have a mic. Because if we can't hear you answer the question, then we don't know that you've answered it. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, camera shy, my backside Pacifico. He says he's camera shy, Josh.
I doubt that.
Facebook page messenger, Frank.
Yeah, they can't send me a text message through my cell phone. Normally it's on Do Not Disturb during the show. Because sometimes we can have enough interruptions and glitches. I don't need the cell phone going off in the middle of the show too. Eventually, though, we will have the Skype line worked back in. It's just going to take a little bit.
Is it?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Get that going. Get that going. Hey, Glendon. He just said, hey, Chuck. I say, hey, Glendon. What's up? So, Josh Silva. There you go.
Well,
we'll do that, Frank. We'll do that. We're supposed to keep Steve off the air. No.
Well, if that's the case, pardon my French, but I'll be damned. I haven't seen or heard from Josh in some time.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. I see that. Well, you know, unless it's somebody trying to be an imposter, it's got his profile picture up there. And I'm not sure if he's still got a way that he can message me on Facebook or not, but if we get him in here, the competition is probably over, because he when it comes to military action, he's probably forgotten more than what a few people in the chat will even begin to realize. And I'm not sure how he found us tonight, but very cool. Good to see him again. It has been a while.
Who? Is he on Facebook?
I don't know if he's still on Facebook or not.
And I'm not seeing this online here. So him. So he must be on the Facebook side instead of the link side.
Right.
Right. There you go, Barb. Yeah. Definitely Virginia, Barb. So I guess nobody's wanting to call in. Shoot that down.
Right. And I'm not sure how this is going to work. Give me a second here.
To get in. Sorry, that's confusing, folks. I don't want to do that to you.
Whoops. What's that?
Oh, I say call in. I shouldn't say that. They should ask for the link and we'll link you in.
Yeah, because I had somebody trying to call in. You know what? Let me see. Let me see what I can do about that. Maybe. I don't know.
Pam,
this
I'm not
going to take me a minute.
A little bit.
See what I.
This is what Josh would like us to do. And it also makes it too easy for you to get in and do a Google search. We all love to go out and find the relics from the Civil War. It's always nice to know a little bit more of what you're finding and why you're finding it. Do any of you out there know if you had in your past family members that were involved in the Civil War? That's an interesting one. Uh-huh. Cool. Hey, Ian, down in your area, did you have anybody raise Cain about having statues and that kind of stuff up and want them taken down?
Oh, a lot of people did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. John's family came across after World War I. That's cool. Glendon had a Lieutenant Daniel Lafayette Rogers. That's neat. Renamed the park over it, huh? Had a great-great-grandpa die. Oh, there's Steve.
Where's Steve?
Steve's Zulik then.
Yeah, he just tried to call in. If he checks his Facebook Messenger, he's got a link.
Cool.
that's what kind of pulled me away, because I'm like, well, I know I've got a contact path for him where I can get him a link.
I had an uncle that fought Civil War on Union side. He was decorated with a Congressional Medal of Honor. And out in Jersey, there's a bridge named after him. I'd have to look his name up even now. I haven't looked back into that for a while. Then another one that was a reporter out of Boston that followed Union troops through everything for a Boston newspaper.
Right.
Yeah.
Your family lineage ran quite a ways back in the founding of the country, so to speak.
Yeah, way back. Way back. They were persecuted out of Scotland, forced into England. Cromwell forced them down through. They came to the Americas, and this was on Mom's side. And there were Hales and Bowlings that came over very early. And my uncle's, I don't know how many greats that is back. This is Nathan.
A lot.
Nathan Hale.
Yep, a lot.
A lot. Great patriot, not the best spy. He got caught.
Well,
yep.
We can't be great at everything.
Nope. Nope. Pamela, that's a good reason to get here. Escaping Hitler.
Yeah, I saw that. Well,
wow.
I don't know. I mean, I know Steve had tried to call in through Skype, but like I said, I don't have that line tied back into the show right now.
Mm-hmm.
I could have tried to work it in tonight, but I've actually got that unhooked from the mixer right now.
Cool.
Oh, wait a minute here. What do we have? What did I just do? I know not what I did.
One question was asked. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, oh, what the heck? Somebody just sent a message and says, hey, I'm here if you need me.
It's Steve. Steve
so
says,
we'll let them drop
I have.
Do what?
Steve just posted on there. It's the only number I have.
Right, but I sent him a link through Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, if you look at your Facebook Messenger, Steve, you've got a link. You click on the link, it brings you to a screen, and he'll put you in. You know, you'll be in the background. He'll click it in, and you'll come on the show.
Which I'll have to try to get in touch with him and let him know that the show venue has changed a little bit. And I'll have to check and see if Josh still has the same number, because if he does, then I can get him back in sometime. Oh, look here. We've got somebody.
I had to get in before Steve did. We don't want Steve. Check out my shirt.
I like your shirt.
So
hey, nice.
Here's a quick story for you, Chuck. My great grandfather, whose name was Fleetwood John Blue, and his brother, who was named John Fleetwood Blue, fought on the north. One fought for the south and one fought for the north.
Oh yeah.
Yep. One had moved down to Carolinas and he fought for the south. The other one stayed up here in Jersey and fought for the north.
Wow. Southern Illinois.
So you're
Illinois.
saying that you're.
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead, buddy.
So you're saying that your relatives were the Blues Brothers?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool.
BLEW.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'll bet you'll know this question about the Civil War.
Probably not. I'm not good at this stuff.
Aren't you good at that stuff?
I did know the answer to the first question. And by the way, Ian, I just want to correct Ian. The war started at 4:30 a.m. Not p.m.
Oh, okay. Maybe I read that
So
wrong.
take Ian's prize away and send it to me.
No. I think PM. But anyway, a ship was sunk called the USS Usitanic. I'll even tell you the year, 1864. What sunk it?
The Hunley?
You got it. Ah! Yep. But now I'll give you a follow-up question. Did the Union have submarines?
The Union?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know if the Union had submarines or not.
They did.
Okay, good.
But they were called experimental. I don't know if they ever tried to use one in a battle, but they actually had them named.
Oh, no kidding. I know. They had the ironclad for all those submarines.
Yeah. The names will kill you. One was named the Alligator, and the other was named the Intelligent Whale. As you dig deeper into things, you start getting this stuff. You go, what?
I know, right?
But you were right on that. You were right on that, brother. That's cool. And you know.
Oh my.
Oh my.
We're gonna add another person.
Cool.
Why would you
we're
do
gonna
that?
add one more person here.
Why
Oh,
would you do that?
I said the time over. He'll get his time.
Yeah, we're gonna shift some things around.
Ooh.
Here we are. How's it going, buddy?
You don't quite have.
I cannot hear you guys.
He says he can't hear us, bud.
His Fisher Price computer's not working.
Yeah, I heard that.
Fisher Price, okay.
If somebody is watching the chat, if Steve's still in the chat, tell him to check his microphone settings.
If Steve came onto a show and everything worked perfectly, I would be amazed because nothing Steve touches works perfectly. But he did want me to pass along a message. He told me how he asked me to tell everybody how wonderful I am and that I taught him everything he knows about detecting. He made sure he wanted me to pass that along.
Well, his microphone shows shut off. That's good. I can see that here. Steve, you shut off your mic. But anyway, Steve's gone. We lost him. Put him back on.
I didn't do that. He did that.
Phil. So
yeah, he did that.
The one other thing, I was doing some lookup. I have a couple. Actually, I have quite a few volumes on the Civil War, and there's so much stuff on it. It's crazy. But where do you think the westernmost battle was fought?
I mean, if I had to guess, I would say somewhere in Texas. Oh, it's Steve Zazulik. I'm making fun thinking it was Steve Pacifico.
Oh, got mud on his face, Steve. How you doing, buddy?
Steve Z, I apologize. I thought it was a different Steve.
No problem. Definitely a different Steve. How are you?
Definitely. How's it going,
How are
buddy?
you, gentlemen, tonight? How you doing?
Good. Trying to
Long time
wind
no
them
see,
up,
Steve.
and all they're wanting to do is hide in the bushes tonight. They don't want Frank comes to us. You know, we've done this before, but on a different format. We're trying to give a few prizes out and this kind of stuff. And I thought I had some simple questions for him on the Civil War and things like that. And I'm by no means an expert on it, and I read on it quite a bit. I have for years, and so they call in, they get a couple of them right. We give them some time, and then they win a pair of gloves or silver or whatever.
Well, I noticed it was Wednesday night, and I knew the boys would be on, so I thought, maybe I'll try. See how you guys are doing.
Good. How you been?
Yeah.
That's the question. Where you at?
I have finally surfaced. I've been off the grid, as everybody knows, for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, everything's great. Everything's good.
Good.
You know, Ryan and I are still diving.
Good.
Right, we're still out there trying to find some gold, and we were just in Curacao about 3 or 4 months ago, which was beautiful. I don't know if anybody's been to Curacao. It's just off the coast of Venezuela.
Yep.
Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, the ABC Islands. It's a Dutch island. Beautiful, guys. I don't know if you ever get a chance to go.
But I go to Aruba.
Aruba's beautiful.
Aruba's
I
neat.
stopped in
Aruba.
Curacao on a cruise once.
You're beautiful, guys. The Windex blue water, just fantastic.
It's great. It's great. I'll be back down there in January. I spent 2 weeks there in February this year, and we were gold hunting and having a good time. And you know, we go out noon, 1 o'clock, go back in, sit by the pool. Beat me up, will you? That's good time and good food.
Yeah.
Right. It's a tough life.
Yes, it is. Of course, how long were you there, Steve?
So we were there. We always go on Ryan's birthday. So we were there for a week, and then I'm still going to Europe. I still go over to Germany. I just got back from Vancouver last week. So I'm still, once we got through COVID, I started traveling again. Right. So, and then I'm in Canada right now. And, as you guys know, we're always hitting the Great Lakes. Right. So found a couple of really nice rings about 2 weeks ago where we're out in about 15 feet of water. And I couldn't get a thing. I wasn't finding a thing. So I just started digging. I was down, I would say about 14, 16 inches. And then you guys know this feeling. All of a sudden I saw the crest of that gold. And it doesn't matter how many times you find it, you still are in shock when you see it.
Yeah, it stops you.
That feeling never gets old.
No,
it never ever gets old, and you're like, and you second guess yourself, and you guys know how many gold color pop freaking tops there are out there too.
Beer bottle up here, the gold.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
So
And they're anodized now, so they sound awesome when you hit them.
Exactly, Frank. Exactly. So, anyways, I took a moment. I'm like, oh my God, I think I found a gold ring. I pulled it out. 1928 class ring.
Awesome.
Right.
Nice.
Wow.
So I'm like, I'm down here already, 14 inches. I'm just going to keep digging like across at that level. I'm on a stack of Bibles. Exactly, Josh. I go along another night, and you know when I think I was using my X-Cal. Like Frank says, sometimes you'll get a nice hit and it's not. But another nice hit. I'm like, oh my God. I did it again, and I saw the freaking corner of another ring. I'm like, there's no way. This is double rainbow stuff.
Cool.
So got that out of there, pulled it out. 1929 class ring, right at the same level.
Come on, that is awesome.
I got to for a second. John Ramoska, I forgot to answer the question I threw out at you, Frank. The farthest westernmost, the people are giving me stuff on here. Battle, was at if I pronounce this right, Picacho Peak or Picacho Pass at 50 miles northwest of Tucson, Arizona. It was
no kidding.
considered, it was considered a battle. It was 2,350 Union against, get this, 120 Confederates. There were 2 Union dead, couple Confederates wounded, several captured, but they got a big park out there commemorating that as the westernmost one. So, Steve, keep talking. I'll throw one more. All of you think about this. Where was the easternmost battle?
This one will be a stumper.
This would be great to have these locations and go and check these spots if you could get on. Can you get on any of these spots?
At that,
probably not.
That is a park.
Protected site.
It's protected site.
So you can't get on there legally.
No. It's up in the mountains.
Yes. Good choice of term.
So no visiting at nighttime. Is that what you guys are telling me?
Yeah. ORH, I believe the farthest north they made was Iowa.
Iowa. Right.
I actually hunted that. Oh, he said Maine. Janet says Maine.
Yeah, wasn't there one in Vermont or something, Chuck?
I'm not sure.
The Confederates came down out of Canada, and then the Northern troops had a station up there. I think there's some monument there.
A lot of raiders in the Iowa area, but there was a battle on the Iowa-Missouri border, and it was cannon and the house stands. There's cannon holes and bullets stuck in it, and that's a park now down there. I got to hunt that before they made it a park.
Now, I apologize, guys, because I didn't catch the beginning of this. Are you talking about revolutionary, civil, or War of 1812?
Civil
War.
Mm-hmm.
Civil, yeah. Because as you know, obviously, revolutionary was kind of up here, but War of 1812 for sure was up in Canada. And we find, as you well enough know, the Niagara River separates Canada and the United States, and the amount of stuff that we find in that river is pretty incredible, especially Ryan Fazekas. He has found some pretty cool things.
Cool.
From the war.
All right. Here, I'll throw one at you, Steve. Where was the westernmost battle of the War of 1812?
The westernmost battle?
Yep. I know this site. I've researched and hunted it many times.
Have you?
Yep. I've got one more 1812 button.
So are you in Ohio?
No, I'm in Illinois.
Oh, you're in Chicago country.
No, I'm 180 miles. I do not claim Chicago at all. West. The Mississippi River's out my back door.
You got me there. What is the most western battle?
Campbell Island, Mississippi.
Campbell.
And it was 2-day battle from Credit Island to Campbell's Island. The British had cannon. They were trying to shoot the front boats. They had the Indians helping them. They attacked. They killed women and children, some soldiers, volunteers. There were only 4 U.S. regular soldiers with a group of volunteers, and the Brits were here with 12 Brits and 120 Indians.
And that was on an island.
Yeah, and the Mississippi River.
Yeah, good.
Boy, that would be nice to dive. That would be an incredible dive around that island.
They have recovered cannonballs around the island because the U.S. got on that island and the Brits were crossed on the Iowa side shooting over. And they bombed, and what were they, 4-pounders? And they found them there. And there's a big monument on the island, and I found a few things. I found round ball that measured to British size, and I turned it into the arsenal, and they've got a guy that's an expert on all this stuff that researches all this, and he puts on a heck of good talk and has all the stuff on the War of 1812. The other one on the Mississippi River was up near Prairie du Chien.
Boy, you've got a lot of information.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating.
Yeah,
and probably some interesting spots for you to dive too.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking about.
Steve,
I'm thinking Campbell Island.
Mississippi River up here, don't expect sand.
Yeah, I would think it's a bit murky.
It's mud.
Yeah, that's what I would guess. Yeah,
brother. I mean, you're not down there nice stuff. You're grabbing handfuls going, what the heck is this? Oh, man. Ugh. But there are sand beaches. But the thing is, it's very rocky down through that area. And rapids, it was at one point. Now the dams are built up. And of course, what happens? It fills with silt. Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to see very well in there.
Not a bit. It's true dark water diving.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'd sure be glad to hold your line and go, hey, bud, can you see anything? Nope.
Yeah, we've been in pretty. I don't like diving dark water. I have to be honest with you. I don't like it.
That's Jersey, man. You can't see your hand in front of your face.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous.
Right.
Yeah, it can be. Definitely.
Yeah, there's a story about a guy that was diving and he was on the bottom and he couldn't see, and he found some metal around him, and he kind of was going through it. He didn't know what he was going into, and he realized he crawled into a shopping cart, and it got caught around him. Ooh. And would you believe this guy was able to stand up and walk up to the wall where he came in, and his buddy seen him and got him out.
Oh, good. That's great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not everybody's that lucky.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Wow. Close call.
Yeah. So I'm not going in any dark waters, guys. I'm good.
No. Okay. I'm going to tell everybody that's trying to answer the far easternmost battle of the Civil War. Open your mind up.
Surprise them because they should have went big.
Open up because we had battles on the oceans too. So think more than land.
I was thinking Sumter was the farthest east.
This will floor.
You got to go a little further.
It'll floor all of you. I came across this and I read about it, and it was like, we got to talk about that a little bit. Nope, one Charleston, Barb. Think, open your mind up away from the coast.
Right, you got to go bigger.
Go bigger. So anyway,
broaden your horizon.
When you get further north on the river up here, from about the Wisconsin border up, Steve, then we don't have the silting. You're in rock. It does get clear. The Mississippi's beautiful when you get up around Prairie du Chien and those places further up, and the Indian artifacts that they pick up along the shorelines. Oh my God.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Prairie du Chien. And Prairie du Chien dates back into the 1600s, Steve.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, the native artifacts will be fascinating.
Well, the French fur traders came through there using the Mississippi River to go up into Canada and back. And Prairie du Chien was one of the biggest rendezvous points every year for fur trading to come in. And that's in Wisconsin.
Quick. I don't want to hijack your show. I'm going to leave after this.
Great. You guys are fun.
Yeah, you guys. I'm gonna listen to you guys. I always love listening to you guys. You know, maybe one night we'll have an actual dive show if you're interested or something like that.
That would be.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a dive show. We should do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Let people see what you find in the depths out there. That's cool.
Yeah. So I'll let you guys go. And you have a great show. It's always good to see you guys and hear you guys. God bless you guys. Okay.
Thank you. And Steve, thank you for the kind words, and God bless you and everybody, and have a great one. And go find some stuff. So when you come on the dive show, I'm sitting here drooling.
Okay. I'll look. Okay, guys. See you later.
All right.
Later.
We'll talk again soon, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. See you later.
I'm going to bail too, Chuck. You guys can get somebody else on. Where was the easternmost battle?
Easternmost
You'll
battle.
Never believe it.
Easternmost battle was between two ships, the CSS Alabama and the USS Kearsarge, off the coast of France near Cherbourg.
No kidding.
And I believe the Kearsarge sunk the Alabama.
No kidding.
See, that's why I said everybody's going to learn a little something tonight.
We had blockades and runners that would go over and bring stuff back, and we put ships out looking for them. And that is the farthest easternmost battle.
That's crazy. I'm going to cut out too. I've got a late night of building boxes and headphones tonight.
Yeah, we're over time limit anyway. Ian, send me yours.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Frankie, have a good one. I need to talk to you. I'll give you a call.
All right. Wow.
So that's you come across and you go, whoa.
Right.
So, right.
We were starting to stack them in there, and man, been a while since we've heard from Steve. And
great to hear from Steve.
That just, oh yeah. And I gotta say that just
life. The man goes all over, him and his friends, and he gets out there and he finds great stuff, and he's always great to talk to, and he's knowledgeable, and he's a good diver.
Constantly.
Yep.
Constantly.
Good night.
It's been a while. I mean, we got to spend quite a bit of time together out in Massachusetts. No, what's that been now? That's been about 8 years ago. Man, time flies.
Yeah.
But it just kind of floored me to find out that Josh was in the chat tonight. I'm gonna have to see if I've still got a contact point for him. It has been forever. Like
forever.
Probably about about that long. Yeah. But there again, great guy. He definitely knows his military history. Josh does. And cool. Steve, I mean, he's made some pretty nice 1812 flying scenes himself.
Yeah, and I follow.
He's got enough of them. He just kind of brings them home and chucks them in the washer every now and then, runs them with the laundry.
There you go. I follow that 1812. There's a couple battle sites here, a lot of movement, a lot of interaction with the Brits coming through the area, getting the Indians to side with them, and then U.S. Regulars here trying to move families up north. And they were trying to get them to Prairie du Chien, I think, if I remember right. But the Arsenal, Rock Island Arsenal, puts on a heck of a explanation of the battle and the whole thing. And I've been hunting a couple sites that I have found British roundball. They've got them. There's several of them. That was right across from Campbell's Island. Whether they weren't fired. They had to be drops. And they were firing back and forth on this island. And so it's kind of neat. That's getting back there for the Midwest to be that far back in our quest to become America.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, but to have the opportunity to hunt the area like you did, that's something that not a whole lot of people can say.
No. And you know, I had something else asked of me the other day.
Pretty
and
cool.
He wanted to know when we're going to dig some plugs. So that's got to be upcoming too.
Well, yeah. And I think to do that, I've got a couple of projects in the garage that I need to get out of the way, and that will give me access to a tote that has it was a higher end video editing system at the time from back in the day when I was doing video. And that system may be able to handle everything a little better as far as audio video goes.
Yeah.
And then we can tie the Skype line back in, and we can have them call in for Dig Your
There you
Plug,
go. We got to get that going so they can do the dig the
as long
plug.
as I can handle all the calls. Right.
Wow.
Because usually Dig Your Plugs, it can get a little fast and furious some nights. There's been some nights where
it jammed the system.
I know there were. Yeah, back when we were on Spreaker, there were some nights where we literally broke the show. Like, people were getting messages saying broadcast temporarily unavailable. But we were handling a lot of call volume too for that.
Yeah. Well, it's sure good to hear Steve. And so we'll get you. We'll focus on sometime late summer.
Yes, it was.
And we'll do some digging, and we'll still talk and have people on. You guys got to call in. We'd love to have you on. You all got a story to tell us. Barb's called in. Frank.
Right.
We had Steve tonight. We've had a couple others. Don't be afraid. Call in. Let's have some fun.
Steve, Ian, Jason, and his wife, Melissa.
Yep. And we're going to have
KG.
Hey, yeah. And we're going to have Casey back on coming up here Sunday. He thinks he can make it, Josh. Yeah.
Oh, it is Sunday. Okay. It
is Sunday. I forgot to tell you.
There's a little inside scoop for folks.
Little inside watch.
There's a little inside scoop for folks.
It's really neat. You're going to love talking with him. So we'll continue to go with that.
Absolutely.
Well, we're over time for a little bit. That's about as long as we've run on the on the air like this for a while. It's been fun. It's great of Steve to call in. Anybody? Hey, Frankie, thank you. And it's fun. Call in. You know, you can win something. Ian, way to go, buddy.
Yeah.
He called in. Yeah. So, we're working the format. We got to keep it going.
Absolutely.
You guys all get out this week. For those of you,
and the way it sounds, sometime in the future.
I know Shannon hasn't gotten rain down there, and we'll have fun. So hopefully it rains for you guys down there, Shannon and Phil.
Right.
Here it's just about mud. So,
yeah, I think it is here too.
Yeah. Take care, buddy. Y'all have a safe night.
All right. We'll see you, Chuck.
Thanks, John, by the way.
Wow. It has definitely been interesting. And I'm sure that for some of us, we were able to take a few tidbits of Civil War trivia away that we may not have known before the show tonight. There were some interesting ones in there. There really were. And I'm still great to talk with Frank again. Definitely great to see our friend Steve again. It has been too long, but he does stay pretty busy. And then just the icing on the cake. I cannot convey how good that was to see Josh again. I want to say it's been about 10 years probably since Josh and I had the opportunity to do some hunting together. Wow. Where does the time go? I don't know. Either way, as you heard inside scoop there, we've got Casey from Detecting the Heartland on Sunday to talk about a return and some other things. Who doesn't like to hear about a return? Speaking of which, I know that I had told people I would have the all the pictures and the story up soon, and time has just gotten away from me. I will get that all done soon, though, about the 97-year-old heirloom infant ring that was returned. And that'll be a nice story as well, I do believe. So, I guess it's that time. We have reached the end of our rope, so to speak. If you enjoyed the show, make sure and throw us a like. It does help. It was great to see everyone tonight. Apologies for Sunday, but scheduling conflicts had to get some things done while we could. It keeps me busy. It keeps me very busy. And congrats to Bill. His grill is back up and going the way it looks. Look out for the photos and videos. Going to be some good food. We're out of here. Have a wonderful evening, folks.
We sure are glad you found us here tonight. Thanks for dropping by and joining in. If you like metal detecting, treasure hunting, gold prospecting, or even entertaining discussion, check us out Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on your favorite podcast distribution services.